What is an identity? Google Dictionary defines an identity as the fact of being who or what a person or thing is. Now, this is a very basic answer for such a complex question. Many believe that the answer is much more than just a sentence long. The definition of what constitutes an identity is different depending on a particular religion, culture, or type of relationships a person holds. For spiritual people, religion can consume a considerable part of their lives socially and personally. Humans, as a species, are very social creatures, thus the primal need to form groups of like-minded people. Associating with a certain religious group allows for a person to be able to solidify their own beliefs and values, which would contribute to their own identification. To live by these selective beliefs and values, a religious person will often employ certain personal characteristics to match these values. For example, most Christians will often be generous with their money because it states in the Bible they should do so. When a person invests copious amounts of time and effort into an activity such as religion, they often associate it with their self-identification. A culture will often shape how an individual thinks, acts, and behaves. A cultural identity is often constructed by the values and attitudes prevalent at home and among peers. Depending on the environment which a person is raised, may have been taught certain ideals that they will often base their identity around. Because of the advances in traveling today, a person can not only shape their identity at home, but also include other cultures' ideals. Culture interacts with many parts of a person's life, which contributes to self-identity. Being part of a relationship will often change part of a person's self-identification. Personal relationships will influence the self-esteem, attitude, and self-change of the people within them. Family relationships will often benefit or harm an individual's self-esteem, and a high or low self-esteem can attribute to how a person sees themselves. A healthy relationship can often improve a person's attitude about certain aspects of life. Being part of a healthy relationship can lead to self-expansion, which refers to the idea of self-growth. This can also expand a person's identity by including new traits or getting rid of bad ones. An example of this would be if a person smokes cigarettes and then enters a relationship with a person that does not smoke, leading to them quitting their smoking habit. In short, good relationships will benefit a person's identity and unhealthy relationships will harm it. In conclusion, because an identity has many variables that contribute to it, this means that identity can be changed over a lifetime. The majority consensus is that identity is not just one thing, but a combination of aspects of life, such as religion, culture, and relationships.